July the 19th, is it? Something like that. Another blue day out here in beautiful British Columbia. Blue sky, blue sea. Powering again. I had the sails up there, didn't do a whole heck of a lot of sailing. Just coming down to Darcy. I only have 2 nights. Didn't want to go too far. So Darcy, try out my snorkeling gear again. And everything else is pretty much the same as it looked the last time. We went to see the cormorants at Mondarte Island back there. Just another beautiful calm day. Too bad we can't get some wind here. Either too much or none at all. So here's my snorkeling gear. From left to right we have the flippers or fins, the hood, the wetsuit itself, short sleeved, short shorts, like a onesie, but cut off at the thighs and the forearms. Snorkel and mask, gloves, and little booties. And I have tried, my feet do fit into the fins with the booties on, so my feet should be nice and warm. Everything will be nice and warm judging by past experience, except for where I'm exposed to the cold water. Perhaps it's not as cold here as it was on Chatham Island, as we're a little bit further away. Less of that cold Pacific air coming in here, I don't know. And I'll be heading over that way. Perhaps I'll go and moor to one of those buoys during the daytime, just so it's a shorter row to and from the beach. I don't want to be against them at night when they keep banging against the hull. Anyway, that's how the day is going so far. Only 10 o'clock. Probably cooler here than in town, because there's still that faint breeze coming off that cold water, keeping it just pleasant. Back from my snorkeling expedition. Everything worked out very well. Everything except one thing worked out very well. We'll get to that at the end. So I tried out my new little anchor there with the dinghy, which is really great. Just anchor the dinghy, a few feet off the shore in a few feet of water. Then you aren't dragging it up on the beach, you just leave it there. And getting all kitted up in your wetsuit, of course, it's easy to get in and out of it and wade in the water, no problem. So I swam around for at least 25 minutes, saw all kinds of interesting colourful things. Crabs and orangey sea urchins and starfish. And one of those large anemones I was talking about. And I swam in a little bit of kelp forest there. It had crabs crawling on the kelp, the bull kelp. They look like the nasty invasive kind. I'll have to check that. Kind of green and just evil looking. They weren't like our nice purple or orangey ones. So I finally get out of the water after about 20 minutes. I'm not too cold. I'm doing just fine. Totally warm my body. Arms a little bit cold. And I reach up to turn off the GoPro, which I've been filming all of this. And there's nothing there. At some point during my swimming around it fell off. I don't remember at all seeing or feeling anything or bumping into anything, but I went in with it on, I came out and it was gone. So I retraced my steps, I retraced my swim, looking for it, no sight of it. Probably fell off in the deepest part where there's all kinds of thick weed on the bottom to lose it in. I was a bit cold and tired by then, so I abandoned that. I'll try again tomorrow, fresh. I'll go in, it'll be even warmer tomorrow. And again, retrace my steps and my strokes, my swimming, and see if I can find it. With any luck, it'll be in the shallower rocky part rather than the deeper algae covered part. So that's the story of that adventure. Just no record of it, and it's going to cost me for a new GoPro, but everything else was very successful. More later. Kind of surreal out here today. No sign of humanity whatsoever. It's sort of hazy and no wind at all, so very calm. The only sounds are the sounds of the birds. You've got oyster catchers, eagles, some other things. And I'm kind of getting a bit homesteady here. Got my swimming trunks drying there and stuff all over the place. My solar panel, my sleeping bag is still sunning itself from this morning. My chunk of wood there from doing my little job there. Glass of water there. The drill was heating up so much trying to drill those holes with a 7/16 drill bit that it was smoking and burning, so I had to keep dipping it in the water there to keep things cool. Yeah, we got the solar panel, so I'm gonna have to do a good cleanup. Anyway, kind of a fun day between the little bits of work and the swimming. Shame about the GoPro. Hoping I'll pick it up tomorrow. It'll have several hours sitting on the bottom, hopefully facing upward and catching all kinds of interesting marine life floating by, maybe even me looking for it the first time, though it'll be out of battery by now. Alright, that's where we are. I'm a little bit chilly, I guess, from being in the water, even though it's going to be 25, 26 degrees here on the land. It's just nice, actually. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and some lunch and warm up down below. Almost 2 p.m. July 21st, just about to leave Darcy Island. I did go ashore. I had a beautiful half-hour or so swim, retracing my routes from yesterday. No sign of the GoPro. Kind of not really surprised. I probably plan on coming back the next time we have some low tides, which will be in about 8 or 10 days when the next full moon, and perhaps I'll have better luck then. I'll be only a few feet above what today was pretty deep, 12-14 foot deep water. That's deep for me. I can't dive that far. My ears ache. Anyway, it was a beautiful swim. Saw lots of things I didn't even see yesterday, like those big purple starfish. Saw one of those, two of those, or the same one twice. Hard to say. 4 different kinds of crabs, 3 other kinds of starfish, the almost pentagon shaped ones with the very short legs, and some orange anemones, and 10 different kinds of seaweed. I'm just getting more confident with it, more enjoying it than worrying about it, and I guess that will grow over time. I swam right to the end of that batch of rocks there on the right, and then back to my dinghy hauled up in the middle of the beach. On that, yeah, the anchor's the way to go. Come in about 10 feet off the shore where it's a couple of feet deep, step into the water, grab the anchor and throw it as far out to sea as you can, and then grab the tow line for the dinghy and take that ashore, tie it off to a log, and then when it's time to leave you just haul in the dinghy to the shoreline, put your stuff in, step in and go. No hauling it out and dragging it over rocks and sharp shells, etc, etc. So about to leave. I'm seeing some wind over there. I don't think it's very much because there's nothing over here. Well, a few ruffles back that way. Very quiet morning. Not even the usual speedboats around. There were a couple went ashore with kayaks over that away. They got past those seals somehow without incident. And I think I'll go back that way and then cross over to the between James Island and Sydney Island and just slowly thrum my way north to Sydney. Maybe put up the sails if it looks like a bit more wind there. Alright, if nothing else happens, that'll be it for today and for this trip.